Welcome back to the Citizen channel. You're all staying safe and well. I'm going to preview another big game. They're all big now, aren't they, guys? 3 left to play. 2 wins and a draw will do. That sounds better than 3 wins, doesn't it? But yeah, 2 wins and a loss and some good goals scored. But let's not go there. That'll be a bit scary, won't it? So I'm recording this before Liverpool play Villa. So I'm assuming Liverpool are going to play Villa. And if, of course, they beat Villa by less than 4 goals, we'll still be above them on goal difference. So that'll do me going into this game at Molineux. Makes me a bit more positive, feel positive on that basis. Right, of course, yes, we're going to Molineux. We're going to talk Wolves versus City on the 11th of May. 8:15pm kickoff. Yeah, I remember the last night game at Molineux was an 8:15pm kickoff. Must be something about Wolverhampton. I'm not sure on that one. So we'll have a look. This is match day 36 for City, of course. We'll be having a look at Wolves and their current mixed form, seeing what they can offer or not offer as it depends. And of course, I'll be trying to predict our starting 11. The match is being shown on Sky Sports if you're not lucky enough to be there, which I'm not either. So, yes, I will I hesitantly try and find a stream somewhere, guys. I don't have Sky Sports, anything like that. I can't afford all those subscription channels. But rather than go to a pub, I'd rather watch it at home and just sort of be a nervous wreck here after Real Madrid last week when I went to a pub. That was even worse, I suppose. Anyway, before we start, just the new King of the Kit Packs is out, guys, so get your copy if not subscribed. It's the last one of the season, so if you don't subscribe to it, please do. It's great. It's the last hard copy City magazine, if you like. And of course, for next season, get your subscription done now and you can guarantee your first 5 copies for next season as well. So please do that. It'd be great to get behind the guys, Mr. Wallace and Mrs. Wallace there. Brilliant stuff from them too. And all the team, of course, at King of the Kit Packs. Right, back to the game. Who's in charge? Martin Atkinson, his 26th game of the season. 51 years old he is. Yeah, he looks a bit older to me. I don't know. He last refereed City in I went to this one at Selhurst Park, a very disappointing 0-0 against Crystal Palace. He's shown 66 yellow cards and 3 red, so just under 3 a game. So he's not one of the most prolific shower of cards, Mr. Atkinson, which bodes well, although 3 red cards is more than a lot of his contemporaries have shown for the season. And he took charge of this back in 2019, of course, when disaster. We against the play, we went 2-0 up, if you remember, and Edison had been sent off, and then we eventually lost very poorly 3-2 on the basis that I, at the time, said, and it's happened since, that Pep's team can't play with 10 men. We play, some teams improve with 10 men. I seriously think Pep's sides don't. I think we struggle, so let's keep 11 men on the pitch anyway. There is some evidence for that, guys. I spoke about it before. I can't think what it is at the moment, but bear with me anyway. So we'll hopefully we'll have 11 men on the pitch and Atkinson won't do anything silly. Oh, we don't do anything silly. That's more important, especially Edison. Assistants is Lionel Stewart, Burt, Richard West. 4th official, Graham Scott. VAR, Paul Tierney. Assistant making the coffee for him is Simon Bennett. Yeah, previous meetings, the last time at Molineux, where we go back to September 20, COVID season, wasn't it? Wolves 1, Manchester City 3. The City team that day, Edison, Walker, Stones, Aki, Mendy, Rodri, Fernandinho, De Bruyne, Foden, Sterling and Jesus. Yeah, I think most of those are available. Whether they'll play, we'll have a look in a minute. Yeah, Foden, KDB penalty had us really comfortable by half-time. It was a nice, easy 2-0, but sort of Wolves upped it a little bit in the second half and managed to get a goal back to make it a panicky last quarter of an hour or so. Yeah, they scored on 77 minutes. And it was only calmed in the 95th minute when Jesus made it 3-1. But yeah, a little bit nervy, but I don't want that tonight, guys. Just keep in control, keep it comfortable. Don't make us sweat like we did in that game. Away record at their place in the league. We played 57 times. Not great, but it wasn't great. It's not been great against other teams when we managed to do it. Yeah, played 57, only won 13. Yeah, it was Leeds I was thinking of then. Our record at Ellen Road isn't great. But yeah, won 13 only, drawn 13, but we've lost 31. All right, okay, we've done better the last couple of times, but it's still been a bit iffy recently as well. Please check out my little History Boys feature as well as go back to 2001 as Kevin Keegan's table toppers visited second spot, Wolves. Mr. Jones was in charge, Dave Jones, I think, at Wolves. We were 5 points ahead, but obviously a win for Wolves would have put the title back up for grabs with 3 or 4 games left. So please check out my little History Boys feature looking back at May 2001, Wolves versus City if you get a chance. I enjoy doing those. It's great. You can get along and view it and give us a like as well, guys. Odds to win the match, please. I don't condone gambling when the fun stops. City are 2-7 on. Not a lot of value there. A draw is 19-4. And if you're a Wolves fan, you can get 12-1 on a Wolves win. Or, go put a bit on a draw and a Wolves win. Fine, 50p on each. Nothing ventured, nothing gained from a Wolves perspective. Please check out my little odds show special as well, my little thoughts and ideas on what might be and what might not be. So how's this one going to pan out? Well, we got Bruno Lage now, haven't we? Or Lage, however you pronounce that. And they do have a very slight sliver perhaps of Europa League qualification, although West Ham are in the driving seat, of course, and the 5 points behind them. But they do have a game in hand, so if West Ham slip up, don't forget West Ham have got to play us as well, so it all depends on us. So Wolves will still be going for it. United, they could still catch them, but obviously United have only got 1 game left and they're 8 points ahead, so it's debatable they're going to get anywhere near United for that other spot up there. So, yeah, interesting. But really, they've got to win all 3, and that means, obviously, if they win all 3, they beat us, they beat Liverpool as well, because they've got to play Liverpool, of course, over very, very soon. So that will be interesting. Sorry, is it Liverpool? I've got Liverpool, but I think is it Liverpool they're playing? Wolves playing Liverpool? Yeah, they're playing last game of the season, aren't they? Yeah, of course, yeah, at Anfield. So let's hope it's all done and dusted by then, or nearly done and dusted by then, anyway. So, yeah, it's going to be a big surprise if Wolves can get past us and Liverpool and get 8 points out of the last 3 games. Well, if they do, someone's in trouble. Hopefully it won't be us. Hopefully it might be Liverpool who might be in trouble to get, on that one. But anyway, yeah, it is a slight outside chance. It's definitely not on the beach yet. They'll definitely be going for it. And we saw that. Obviously, we'll talk about the last game they played in a minute at Stamford Bridge, of course, over the weekend. Injury-wise, they've got Maximilian Kilman and Nelson Semedo both remain in the treatment room for Wolves. And yeah, patchy form, but a well-earned, as I said, in the last sort of 7th minute of injury time, something stupid like that. A 2-2 draw at Stamford Bridge against Chelsea over the weekend, followed 3 straight defeats. So yeah, the levels of inconsistency, say Wolves was definitely in with a chance of Europe up to about 4 or 5 games ago, and it sort of just dwindled away. So psychologically wise, but it didn't stop them getting back at Stamford Bridge, which is great. The last 4 home games, so the last 4 games he played at Molineux, this just shows you the inconsistencies. Wolves 4, Watford 0. Fair enough. Wolves 2, Leeds 3. They did get a man sent off in that one. Wolves 2, Villa 1. And Wolves 0, Brighton 3 was the last time at their place on the 30th of April. So Brighton, good footballing team. Wolves couldn't really cope with it. So City, good footballing team. So Wolves won't really cope with it. Hey, fingers crossed anyway. Let's hope so. But does this 2-2 draw with Chelsea herald a final big push? Probably not. I think they're still fighting for something. But these inconsistencies, as you can see just from those brief stats there, are obvious to all. So it's one of those things where which Wolves team will turn up for this one? Let's hope it's not the better one. They'll have moments in the game, of course. They get moments in the game. It's whether they can take advantage of that. The defence has been a bit ropey, struggled at times, and they've not always found it that easy to score goals. Apart from 2 in the last 2 at Stamford Bridge, they've not always found it easy to score goals. So if they keep City at bay, like any team, will grow in confidence, and City will grow a little bit more, not panicky, but irate. So they'll at least be confident they can perhaps go on from that 2-2 draw with Chelsea and do all right. But a lot of it, as it always is with these teams and Wolverhampton Wanderers, a lot of it will bring us to how their opponents are playing, and that's us, isn't it? That's City, and we'll have a look at City now and our potential starting 11, which is an interesting one this week for me. I got 7 right last week, the last game. If I get 7 right this week, I'll be happy because of certainly defensively wise, I don't think we've got many options, but midfield wise and attacking midfield wise, I think we have. That's for sure. So City in our starting 11, yeah, let's face it, we've lost Diaz, Walker and Stones at any stage of a season. This is devastating. Just to have the footballing gods are really against us at the moment based on that, aren't they? To lose those 3 guys. Perhaps Walker was avoidable, but hey, let's not go back on that one. And of course, Diaz just came from nowhere. He's not got a big injury problem over the short time he's been with us, has he? So that really did come from nowhere. Very disappointing. So all interest perhaps switch to what Pep will do in defence. Yes, he's not going to play. He's not going to play Foden. Of course, he's not. And is he going to risk the young lads? Well, possibly not. He's not going to do that, is he? I mean, we do have a lack of pace. That's our problem. And Wolves can be a little bit pacey. They've got a couple of lads. Chiquino, is it? He's only been playing sub, but if he plays the game, very pacey. They do have a couple of lads with pace. And Ferner is in the back line, which I expect, based on what we saw in the second half against Newcastle. That's where Wolves may get in and damage us. So we need to deprive them, of course, of as much space and as much ball as we can, which we're quite capable of doing. 91% ball possession against Newcastle. We need to show them sort of figures here against Wolverhampton. And of course, we're going to work out. We worked hard against Newcastle, but this is a different proposition. Players will have to need to, the midfielders will have to work hard and protect this defence. Let's face it, it's down to its bare bones. It's down to even with an experienced player like Ferner, and it's inexperienced. It's not played together much. And of course, I'm not taught Aki yet, but we'll get to that in a second. I just don't think Aki will be risked for this one. But if he is, hopefully it means he's 100% fit. Surely not going to risk Aki on the possibility of him limping out again and causing us even more problems with a couple of games left. As I say, in theory, as long as Liverpool don't score more than 4 goals, we can still be top of the table after this game, even if we lose it. So we don't want to risk anything in this. We just want to get the win. Of course we do. But let's game management, or whatever I want to call it. I've whinged about that against Real Madrid. Let's do it that way. Pep will rely, as I said, he's not going to rely on the kids. He's going to rely on his senior players. I don't expect the likes of Mbeti or Egan Riley to feature unless the game is won. If the game is won, fair enough. Or we're in total dire straits and we've picked up another couple of injuries. And I'm sure those lads will come in and do a great job, and we'll give them our support. Of course we will. And the guys at Molyneux, I'm sure, will give them their support. But I don't think we'll see them. Pep will rely on his senior players. Might only be 12 or 13 left of him, but he'll rely on those senior players. And if Foden has to play centre-half, he will play centre-half. I know Pep said it jokingly, but there's a means behind his madness. So if you look at the forward, let's look at that forward line where I think I might get it totally wrong. So if Foden, Bernardo and Mahrez are to start, I mean, they're all rested. All right, Foden came on, but let's face it, they're all rested against Newcastle. You got to work on the lines he's planning on playing them against Wolverhampton Wanderers. All right, the injury to Diaz might have changed his tactical plan a little bit, but you have to think those three will be playing. And as I said, I'll have to assume that Aki is not going to be risked for this. Is he going to be risked if we get a win and we're still clear of Liverpool with 2 games left? Perhaps it's not. It's a risk worth taking, and perhaps that wonders upon wonders, Diaz or Stones will suddenly recover for a game or something like that. But I just don't think Aki will play. I don't think he'll be risked unless we have to. I don't think we have to risk him. We're risking too many players just at the moment. I don't think Aki has to be risked. He's sat on the bench, not 100% fit, so I don't think he should be playing. So I'm going to do my 11 without Aki again, based on that. So this is my 11: Ederson, Cancelo, Laporte, Ferrer, Zinchenko again, Rodri, KDB, Gundogan, Bernardo, Foden and Mahrez. Yeah, so Grealish, excellent against Newcastle, and Sterling, excellent against Newcastle. I'm unlucky to miss out on this, and this is why I think I might only get 7 right or something like this, because he may start those guys, even though he has rested Mahrez, and I think Bernardo's going to start this game, whatever happens. So they're unlucky to miss out. Jesus had a quieter game against Newcastle, so it's no surprise to see him rested and on the bench for this one. But as I said, it will not surprise me one iota if Grealish and Sterling start. And, I even have a little feeling that Pep may rest KDB for this one. Oh, yeah. So there's another little thing. As I said, let me know what your thoughts, guys. As I said, it's getting harder and harder. Even though the squad's getting smaller and smaller, it seems to be getting harder and harder to predict what our starting 11 will be. So let me know what you think. Give us your starting 11. Let me say, am I right to be worried about Pep resting KDB? Who knows? Anyway, let me know your thoughts on the game, guys. Right, before we go, we have a look at some stats, don't we? Well, I've got stats and quirky stats this week. A little addition. Sportsmole.co.uk doing an analysis of available data when I'm looking at betting and the odds show, stuff like that. I thought I'd just throw this in here just for interest. It includes recent performances and player statistics, suggests that the most likely outcome of this match is for Manchester City, and I like my stats, as you know, is a probability of a win of 76.62%. That's pretty good. A draw has a probability of 15%, and a win for Wanderers, and Wolverhampton Wanderers, has a probability of 8.36%. So I say it's all figures, doesn't mean anything, but I just like it. And the most likely scoreline, when they come up, put the old heads together, get the old stats together, Wolves 0, Manchester City 2. I'll take that. Probability 12%. Well, 12.72%. We'll take that anyway. So there you go. There's a little bit of something new for you guys. Take from that what you wish. Just a bit of fun. And the quirky stats, yeah, again, take from these what you wish. But again, a couple of iffy ones for us again in this lot. Wolves lost this exact fixture 3-1 last season. They've not lost consecutive home league games against City since April 1981. All right, they've not been in the Premier League with us a lot of that time as well. But hey, don't like that one. After losing both league games against Wolves in 2019-20, City have won each of their last 3 games against them. They have last won 4 in a row against Wolves between April 80 and December 81. So let's go for that one. In 2022, Wolves have alternated between a win and a defeat in all 8 of their home Premier League matches. They lost 3-0 at Man U last time out against Brighton and Hove Albion. So what are they trying to say? Yeah, well, I don't like that stat either. City are unbeaten their last 16 away Premier League games. That's better. Won 13, drawn 3. It's their longest ever away unbeaten league run in our history, with our 4-0 win at Leeds taking them one ahead, of course, of the 15-game run under Joe Royle between December 98 and September 99. City have kept a clean sheet in our last 5 away Premier League matches, with only 3 sides ever keeping more than 5 consecutively in Premier League. Chelsea 7 in 2008, United 7 in 2008 and 9, and Liverpool 6 in 2014-15. That's a record we've not got. We'll have to improve on that one. City have won their last 4 Premier League games while scoring at least 3 goals each time. Yeah, that'll do. Only once have we had a longer such run, doing so in 6 consecutive matches between October and November 2011. Okay, we'll keep it on forever till the end of the season at least. Wolves winger Chiquinho, that's what we were talking about before, has assisted 3 goals in just 69 minutes of Premier League football, all as a substitute. He's only the second player in Premier League history to assist 3 goals before ever starting a match, along with Hope Akpan for Reading in January 2013. That's why I think he might start him. He might just go for this guy for this game. It's getting near the end. They've got nothing to lose. And that's, could be a good thing, could be a very bad thing, depending if he just has one of those games. Conor Cody has scored, this is Wolves again, isn't it? 4 goals from 4 shots on target in the Premier League this season. We'll make sure he doesn't shoot on target then. And 5 goals from 6 overall in his Premier League career. He's the first player to have scored as many as 4 times and netted every shot on target, excluding penalties, in a Premier League season since Mohamed Diame in 2014-15 for, guess who? Do you know who? Yeah, Hull City. Also 4 in 4. So let's keep Conor Cody quiet as well. There you go, guys. Stats, quirky stats. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you enjoyed the show. Please, as I say, get that King of the Kipak sorted if you've not already done so, and gives you something to read. Certainly get some back copies as well. Give you something to read over the summer when you're not watching my vlogs, of course, which will be an ever-present as ever. I think the only City fan base channel that produces output for you consistently on a consistent basis, of course, and that's my little Citizen channel. And I do it all, well, I do it for me because I love it, and I do it all for you because I hope you enjoy it. So there you go. So please tune back in for my full match report, which will be out late Thursday morning. Am I working? No, I'm not working Thursday. I mean, I'm working Friday. I'm not in Thursday. So please tune in for that on Thursday, of course, with 2 shows. I'll have the match report show and, of course, the new player ratings show. So please tune back in for both of those, which will be out. It looks as though it's quite popular splitting them. I'm getting quite a lot of nice words spoken. So let me know your views on that. So please tune back in for those. And, of course, I'll be then looking forward very quickly after that to a visit to West Ham. Visit to the Hammers. Come on, City. Come on, lads. Sorry about the accent. Absolute rubbish. The only time I caught the accent on was when I was near the chicken run in West Ham. I was absolutely pooing myself back in the 70s. There you go. That's another story. So there you go. Please don't forget to check out my History Boys show and Odds show on this Wolverhampton Wanderers game. Thanks for watching, guys. Until we meet again, I only ask one thing, one simple thing. Please stay safe, Blues. Come on, City. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.